This is, oh, you were seeing, oh, there we go. So just waking up, hanging out with the boy. No more Felix, or no more Chicas, so we're getting some boys time back in, and also playing some Metal Slug Tactics. Slept like 10 hours last night. This is so far like the best day of all time. This is awesome. Lots to do today, but I might do nothing. This is so relaxing. It's so enjoyable. All right, time to get cracking. I hung out for 2 hours this morning. It's like almost 10:30, and I haven't even started working on anything, which is crazy for me. Usually I'm doing stuff at like 8, so it's kind of one of the more chill days of my life right now. But this is my to-do list from yesterday. I did one thing on it. So a lot of things to do today. I'm hoping to do some kind of creative stuff and meal prep and then go to the workout in the afternoon. I know John's off today, so we can game out again tonight. So just so much to do today. So much to do. Just getting your work done around here. You're so cute.
I am insanely tired right now.
Such a sweetheart.
It's a day off, you know?
Okay, I don't know why it's doing this, but like I used to put all my fonts in Impact, and now when I switch it to Impact, it puts them in Sago. I was an Impact guy for like a year. It's so weird. And like I can't change it, it just auto switches it to Sago. So, kind of weird. Embarrassed after doing like nothing yesterday. I'm trying to study and I got this going on here. Oh my gosh. It's pretty cute. So one of my friends was doing like a fundraiser and they were selling these things, like these little soup tubes, which I've never had before, but I got a few of them and I'm making them. So this one is supposed to be hamburger, but I ate too much meat last week. I had some turkey and it just like messed with my guts really hard. So I'm gonna turn this into a tomato soup, which I'm pretty excited about. And I don't know how I feel about these, because you can take this and it says like, oh, add a can of tomatoes and a pound of beef. What I'm gonna do is add probably 2 cans of tomatoes plus fresh tomatoes plus lentils. And I think that that is gonna make it crazy. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned on the vlog, but I make almost exclusively potato bread right now. And I think it's the best bread. I think it's better than sourdough. And I think it's like up there on par with like an overnight rustic. There's my controversial opinion. I don't even think it's controversial. I think it's so clearly the best. Look how beautiful the tomatoes are. So beautiful. All right, potatoes are cooling. Back to the computer. So I shot this video. Wow, so many people watch Memes of My Life episode 2. I don't know if I should keep doing that. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. That's a whole other thing. But I shot this video. It was like Ruby's kinesiology talk #1. And I put it as part of my vlog here where I talked about PTSD and brain-derived neurotrophic factor and stuff like that. So many people love that thing, man. Like I posted that to Instagram and it's just like, man, everybody and their mom was like talking to me about that. So that's kind of cool, man. That like, you know, I make a lot of video and I don't think anyone cares about it. But it was fun to make something that people actually cared about. So now I think a lot about like, oh, what am I going to make for these next kinesiology talks? And I could just talk about them forever, man. Like, I don't know. This woman, like one of my friends posted a video, like a link to a video from this person on Facebook. And there's a lot to unpack from this video. The video is like this woman, and she's like, oh yes, I'm a mechanical engineer. And also I took a degree in kinesiology. And here's bones. And the only sport that bone density you need is combat sports. And like, I have so much objections to that because first off, anytime like someone cites their education as opposed to their argument, huge red flag to me, humongous red flag. Also, anytime someone says they have a master's degree, I'm immediately like, that just means you didn't know what you wanted to do when you graduated. And then thirdly, she's wrong. actually, interestingly, this is a little bonus kinesiology thing here. Bone density is very, very important for combat sports. And then interestingly, it's actually really important for basketball. Kind of neat, right? So what happens is your bones, particularly like when you hit puberty, your bones grow longer before they grow denser. So your muscles attach to your bones on what's called the tubercles. They're like a little bump that creates greater surface area for the muscle to attach to, and then that pulls the bone to move it. And the tubercle has to be very dense because the muscle is going to pull with an incredible amount of force, particularly if you're lifting weights or running. So what happens in teenagers, particularly basketball players who are very tall and they run a lot, so that lever is very long and it grew very fast. So it's very long but very not very dense. Is that muscle, particularly like the patellar tendon on the tibial tubercle, begins to pull the bone apart and creates like a little candy cane in the bone. So bone density is actually really important for basketball because of the incredible length of the bone and the forces constantly being pulled on the tubercles. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Is fighting and basketball. What a weird overlap. But that's my kinesiology rant for the day. I just thought of an awesome title for a dog sitting vlog called DA, like WG sitting, like dog sitting. And I cannot believe I didn't use that in one of my vlog titles. Oh, that's a huge missed opportunity. Got all dressed up to go for a run. This game is so addictive. Oh my gosh. It's so much fun. How am I supposed to go for a run like this? Come on now. I'm only human. I'm just one man. I can't overcome all this. She's weird. Jealous kitty. He's like, I don't even want to be pet. This is so peaceful. So peaceful, hey, Ori. We're just having a relaxing day here. Okay, I sat down to play 10 minutes. I've been playing for like an hour and a half. I gotta get control of myself here. This game's so fun though. Oh my gosh, what a fun day. The sun is just shining through that one little slit. Right into my eyes. Like why? Of all the places. And I got the kitties hanging out with me. You heard me say kitties. Look at the sunbeams. I might even eat a slice of bread. This is a rest day. I'm just gonna have a fun day today. This is straight up willpower. I'm taking a break. I want to just game this all day. It's so fun. So fun. I haven't had so much fun in so long. Okay, but I'm gonna do some chores. Hey, I'll show you my bread I made. So I only make potato bread now because it's just so satiating and it turns out perfect every time. All right. It is minus 36 out. I'm out for my run. A beautiful, almost sunset run. And what better time to do Ruby's Kinesiology Talks, episode 2. And I'm just gonna talk about how I do my cardio. So basically, okay, I do a set interval training called fartlek training. Now, okay, before I can describe fartlek training, I need to talk about aerobic and anaerobic metabolism. So, big picture here, there's kind of two types of energy systems that our cells use to create energy. There's aerobic, which uses oxygen in the mitochondria to create energy. And then there's anaerobic, which uses other substrates like glucose, pyruvate, creatine, things like that. And they're kind of inversely related in intensity. So if we looked at like an intensity curve, so we started off kind of laying down and then we started walking and then started jogging faster, sprinting, etc. We would use oxygen, oxygen. And then up here, where it becomes fairly high intensity, is where we begin to use that glucose, and that lactic acid will begin to build up in our system. So everything kind of above that line is lactic acid. Now, where that line is on the graph is moderated by our level of fitness. So if I'm like new to fitness, new to cardio, just coming out of surgery, my lactate threshold is going to be fairly low. I'll be able to do kind of just moderate exercise before lactic acid starts building up in my blood and precluding my muscles from meaningful contraction. Whereas if I train a lot, I'm going to be way further along that graph before lactic acid begins to accumulate in my muscles. So that lactic threshold it changes based on our level of fitness, which is, our lactate metabolizing enzymes and our shuttling enzymes and all the things that are going to metabolize that lactate. Now, interestingly, that lactate threshold is exactly what the beep test measures. So if you think of the beep test, you start jogging very slowly and then slightly faster and slightly faster and faster and faster and faster until you hit a wall where you can't go above that anymore, and then you have to stop to recover. So that stopping point at the beep test is roughly correlated to your lactate threshold. So that's the physiological basis behind it. Now, fartlek training is it's interval training. So like what I do is I run for 4 minutes and then I'll walk for 1 minute, and I'll do that 6 to 20 times, whoever knows. And the idea is that each minute is progressively harder in that 4 minutes. So you jog fairly slowly, and then moderate, and a little bit faster. And then that last minute is above that lactate threshold. So lactic acid is building up for that whole minute. And then you walk for a minute, and it comes back down. So the big perk of this is that when you're kind of going in and out of that lactate threshold, what happens is your lactic acid builds up, so your cells pump the lactic acid out so it can go to other cells to be metabolized. And then when it's being metabolized, the other cells pump it in to get metabolized. So when you're kind of going in and out of that lactate threshold, that cellular shuttling system becomes way more efficient. So for fartlek training, you're essentially running the beep test over and over and over again. And what happens over the course of weeks and months is that lactate threshold begins to go up further along the exertion curve. So eventually you can do much more work before building up the lactic acid. That's the idea, is you run faster, lift heavier things in general, just perform way more work. I did it. I went for a run. Now I'm just doing some legs in the basement. Honestly, keeping it really basic. I'm not feeling strength training right now, but I know I should do it. So I'm doing something just to keep the consistency alive. And then maybe if I eat more, I'll get some sleep. On another day, I'll rip it. So I finish up my run. I finish up my workout, my yoga. I take a shower, and then bam, my anxiety starts going crazy. And it's like, why? Why don't you just go crazy on a work day? Why all my days off? But that's okay. Ate some soup. I'm just back at the computer. Gonna try to do, I don't know, maybe some writing or something. We'll see. Rishoshi. The expectations are low though, because I just hate working when I'm anxious, man. I hate it. Like, it's so frustrating. That's okay though. You know what calms a guy's anxiety down? Playing 3 more hours of Metal Slug. No, it was good. It was a good relaxing day. Tomorrow back to the grind. So it was nice to have a day to like chill and do nothing. I feel like I don't really get a lot of those, so it was good. The run was nice.